Welcome to my first video of the year. I hope everyone had a fantastic holiday season and is doing well. If this is your first time to this channel, let me introduce myself. I am TI 68712, call sign Cobra, in the Alabama garrison of the 501st Legion. In this video, I'd like to share with you some of my thoughts and hopefully some helpful information to those wanting to become a member in the 501st Legion. If you're unfamiliar with how the process to join the 501st Legion works, go to Jeffrey Miller's channel and view how to join the 501st Legion. I will have a link to it below in the description. He did such a fantastic job putting together a how-to video with explaining how to access the different areas of the Legion's website, 501st.com, and the steps to becoming a member. What I want to go over in this video is something I have heard from folks wanting to be in the Legion but don't. Sometimes it comes up that folks feel they have to spend tons of money on a costume to participate in the Legion. I thought the same 4 years ago until the GML, Garrison Membership Liaison, and other members of the Alabama Garrison gave me some sound advice. Get yourself a flight suit. If you're unfamiliar with what the GML position in the garrison is, they are in charge of costume reviews for new members and new costumes for existing members. From what I was able to find out in the list of the many different Imperial CRLs, Costume Reference Library, there are just over 14 different outfits that require the use of a flight suit, either black or gray. There are about 9 of which use the black flight suit and about 5 which use the gray flight suit. About 10 of them also require the need to purchase a helmet, some type of armor, or both, which can lead to high costs. The ones that require the black flight suit are Imperial Bridge Crew, Imperial Mechanic, Imperial Gunner, Navy Trooper, Troop Transport Driver, Reserve Pilot, all the different TIE pilots from the original trilogy and Rogue One, the Biker Scout with some required alterations to the flight suit, and the Navy Commando. The Imperial Ground Crew does use a black flight suit, but the CRL is not complete at the time of this recording, and it looks like the flight suit will be a completely different design and pattern than the ones I just listed. The ones that require the gray flight suit are Imperial Scanning Crew, ATST Driver, AT-AT Driver, Combat Driver, and Imperial Weapons Tech. There are 3 of which I want to go over with you that are an affordable way to get your start in the 501st Legion. They are the Reserve Pilot, the Bridge Crew, and Imperial Scanning Crew. Here in front of me are the required and some optional items mentioned in those CRLs for those outfits. For the Bridge and Scanning Crew, they are similar with the exceptions of compads and of course flight suit color. Both gloves and a compad are optional and are not required for basic membership with the Bridge and Scanning Crew outfits. The Reserve Pilot, on the other hand, does require the use of gloves and a compad. There are some more optional items for all of these outfits, but that's for you to decide if it's within your budget. I could go on for days with the many different places and costs of acquiring each of these items. However, I just thought I would share with you what I know about each of these items from when I bought them, starting with the flight suit. Starting with my flight suits, this black one is from Cosplay Sky and costs between $80 and $100. I've had this one for around 2 years. I've worn it many times. I use it with my TIE gear and my Imperial Gunner gear. It is starting to show some wear, but for as much as I wear it, I've gotten my money's worth. It's at a good price, so anywhere from $80 to $100 is what you'll pay for Cosplay Sky. Now this gray one, this is my first one. This is the one I got my digits in, if you will. It is a Wampa wear. I went with a Wampa wear flight suit first. The stitching on it is a little bit better than the Cosplay Sky, even though I have had no issues really with the stitching on this one other than just normal wear, and especially around the elastic band, that stitching there. But that's just a lot from where the belt's been rubbing on it and stuff. But starting with my flight suits, the black flight suit is a Cosplay Sky and costs between $80 and $100. The gray one is a Wampa wear, and it costs anywhere from $110 to $120. I've had the black one for just right around 2 years, and the gray one for right at 4 since getting my digits. I wear the black one both for my tie gear and as well my Imperial gunner, and I wore the gray one for my Imperial crewman and as well an ATST driver. A couple of the differences between the suit is, one, the material thickness. The Cosplay Sky is a little bit thinner than what the Wampa wear material is. They are both manufactured overseas from what I remember. Wampa wear is very, if you want one and they've got one in stock, get it. His reorders are not that frequent, maybe about 3 or 4 times a year. These flight suits come up available, especially in the black, because it is the Wampa wear is kind of like the preferred flight suit of a lot of members in the Legion. There's nothing wrong with the Cosplay Sky. Like I said, I've had this one for 2 years. It has held up great. Another difference between them is the compad areas. I don't know if it shows up on the camera how big the square on this sleeve is versus the square on the Wampa wear. This will also give you some sort of idea. There's the opening on the Cosplay Sky, and let's see if I can get this to fit in there. The opening on the Wampa wear. Now, a suggestion I have for anybody fixing to buy their first flight suit: wait, if you're going to use a compad, wait and figure out what compad you're going to get before you buy your flight suit, just to save you some hassle time. Another thing I had to do on the Wampa wear for approval, I had to remove the 2 lower pockets on the legs, and the biggest thing I had to do for approval on the Cosplay Sky is remove the patches that come with them. They're not the accurate cog patches. And 4 patches I went with on this suit. I'm running the Voodoo cogs that I get off the JRS boards. I think he sells them there, as well on the Imperial gunner detachment site. You can get vinyl cogs from Voodoo there. But on these are just some patches. I can't remember where I got these. I think they run me about $6, $3 to $6 a piece. So either way you go with, if you have to get cogs put on your flight suits, you're gonna have anywhere from $3 to $6 a cog in it. Now with Wampa, you can get either iron on or sewed patches on them that are approvable, and that's where you kind of get up to around the $120 price range. But that's the flight suit. Another tip or suggestion I have for you on these flight suits is on the bottom, sew you a stirrup on there for your boots. It will save you a world of trouble, especially as much walking around in the boots that you have to wear with this. So a little tip or suggestion for you. So next we'll move on to the belt and the compad. For the belt, I got this from Tig Wolf on Facebook. I can't remember the state they live in, but anyway, they're both Legion members. It's a husband and wife couple. They run a business. They make belts and other items for Imperial outfits. I'll put a link to them down below to their Facebook page. But this is the only belt I've had. I've had it for 4 years. It's held up fantastic. It's good leather. He makes. They're made from I think it's just basically made from the Tandy leather kit. He just does the dye has held up well. I've only had to polish it up a little bit. Occasionally for the buckle, because it is the metal on the buckle. It does show wear, and occasionally it will get a little bit of surface rust on it, but I just sand it down and paint it up about maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And it comes with the comm disc. Tigwolf, I paid about $50 for this belt. Wampa, where they also sell a belt, it's around $60. It looks good. And Cosplay Sky offers a belt, but it is not, I don't think it's approvable. The way it looks, it has on the side, it has 2 buttons instead of the 1 right there. I just don't think it would be a GML would approve it. For the compads, if you're going to run a compad, unless, like remember, it's optional with the bridge crew and the scanning crew. It is optional, but for the reserve pilot, it is required. Now, for the scanning crew, they run this style compad. I made this one back when I was for approval. I just made it from some scratch plastic and a couple of checker pieces. Made it. That's for the scanning crew. You can find them. I'm sure there are patterns out there for 3D printing them. A dear friend of mine printed this up for me as a gift. And as well, for the bridge crew, this is the bridge crew style compad. As well, for the pilot, I made this one as well. Now, you can buy a compad already made. A lot of prop makers offer them in resin or 3D printed. This is a Targ light up compad. A friend gave me as a gift. Currently, I don't have batteries for it, but it lights up. It is approvable. You can get that one as well. But as a cost for compads, I made both of these, and I think I've got maybe about less than $10 in materials in them. The Targ, this one that lights up, I think it's around $40. But I would say, and like I said, you can get, I think on some SD stores folks sell 3D printed compads. I'm gonna say you probably spend anywhere from $20 to $40 on a compad is what you'd have in it. I would figure 40 at the most, like I said, because this one lights up. For gloves, I got these from Wampa Wear. I think at the time I paid $30 or $40 for these gloves. Currently, he has them listed for $48. You can find provable gloves on eBay or most other places, just black leather gauntlet gloves with anywhere from from $20 to $30. You can find them on eBay. There's a couple of SD stores you can get them from. They have to look like this. Just make sure you pay attention to what the gloves look like that you're buying versus the reference photo in the CRL. But now over at Imperial Boots, the gloves cost around $90. Keep in mind that the gloves are not required in the bridge crewman and the scanning crewman CRL. So if getting gloves, you can hold off on the gloves as well. You can hold off on the gloves and the compad. For my hat, I got both of these. I picked these up used. This one was a lot cleaner when I first got it. Trust me, this is 4 years of wearing it just about every day. So this is it's not these hats aren't a perfect example of unless you like that weathered look. But I picked these up used off one of the detachment forums. I think I paid $20 a piece for them. Currently, I think Wampa gets $60 for their Imperial hats. Let's see, Cosplay Sky, they're anywhere from $18 to $20. The biggest thing, just pay attention to what that cap is going to look like and the comm disc. Make sure to check with your GML because sometimes they're smooth and sometimes they're not like these where they're grooved. So just check with your GML. But a cap, you're going to have anywhere from realistically about, you can have $20 to $30. There are some seamstresses out there on the detachment sites that make caps anywhere from $40 to $60, as high as $100. I think I dare to guess how much a Novos gets on their caps. But for the Imperial scanning crewman, you have an option of either wearing the black or the green cap. Now for the bridge crew as well. The reserve pilot is black only. So for boots, I went with Element X brand. I found these on Amazon. I think at the time I paid $70 or $80 for them. Currently they're just a little over $100. I've kept up with the prices of them just in case I ever needed to get me another pair of them. They fluctuate all year long between $80 to $100. It's a good boot. Well made, good stitching. It does come with a strap that goes across the top here that has to be removed. On the side, they do brand their logo into the side of the leather. That needs to be addressed. That's just a simple matter of sanding the leather down until it's not too deep, so it doesn't take much work to remove their logo. And the buckle needs to be painted black. And I have put many a mile on these boots, and they have held up perfect. There are other boots out there you can get from Imperial Boots. Their price ranges are anywhere from $120 to around $200 for a pair of boots. They do offer a combo of, I think it's like $250 to $280. You can get a pair of boots and gloves that work. I'm sure you can find boots just as well somewhere on eBay or somewhere. Occasionally you will find a pair of German jack boots from $200 to $400. It just depends if it's within your budget. 3 or 4 years ago, when I was putting together my Imperial Crewman outfit, I think the total I spent was around $300. From keeping up with the current prices on the items I've talked to you about here in this video, I think a $300 budget is still doable. It is, like I said, the most basic of the outfits. It's going to be a flight suit, a belt, boots, and a hat. But you get your digits, and you can, that will, as I like to tell some folks, get your foot in the door while you work on the more expensive items you want to troop in. As I always mention, I'm not an expert on any of these topics. I'm just sharing with y'all some thoughts and opinions on my head. It seems to be around this time of the year that a lot of folks are interested in joining the 501st Legion and are sometimes pushed away from it because of the fear of the cost. I know I was for many years until I just bit the bullet and saved me up $300 and submitted my approval pictures for Imperial Crewman. Now, since then, I have spent a lot more than $300. I will admit to that. But I'm going to tell you, everybody I know in the Legion at some point or other breaks down and gets a flight suit, whether it be a gray one or a black one. So at some point, if you're in the 501st, you're probably going to be owning a flight suit. These items I've talked about. So I just wanted to put together this video to try to help those either looking to be in the 501st or already in the 501st and want to put together a flight suit outfit. So just thought I'd try and help out with sharing my experience of what I went through and what I own. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for checking things out. Shoot me a comment if you got a suggestion. Share this video if you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Looking forward to this year. I'm trying new ways of filming, new content to throw out for you folks, as you can tell. Probably not going to be near as long as this video is currently. Just thanks for hanging in through the length of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care, and as always, do it for the Empire.